Hi guys, welcome back to assignment 14. You should be able to find this Photoshop file in Schoology. Should open up and you should see layer 1 with this picture of a woman on it. I want you to go ahead and click the pen tool. There are a lot of different kinds of pen tools, so please make sure you are set to just the basic pen tool. It doesn't have any other of these little icon additions. And the pen tool is not necessarily a brush, it's more of a shape maker. So instead of clicking and dragging around like you would a brush, we are going to click and create these points. We are going to create a little strip that kind of contours around this model's face. So I'm just clicking every so often. I'm kind of changing the position of where I click based on like, oh, her cheek's a little round. I'm gonna go out a little bit versus her jaw is a little flat and straight. So this is my last dot that I clicked. I'm going to wrap around. We're basically gonna make a deformed rectangle that kind of follows the wrapping of her face. It's okay if you don't do this perfectly. It's okay if the shape doesn't match mine either, or if you have less or more dots than me. It just needs to look like this. Now, notice that the last thing I did was click the very first dot I ever made. It's like connect the dots. I have to close the shape. So once I click my ending, I've closed the shape and all my dots turned blue. I can right click this now and I can make a selection. This is already set okay. You just click okay. And now we've selected this space. With this one, I want you to click this half empty, half full circle, and you're going to click brightness and contrast. You are going to want to click on the little sun icon and make sure that you can see the settings for brightness and contrast. And what we're going to do is turn the brightness up. And our goal is to make this effect that looks like maybe a door is slightly open or the curtains are slightly open in a dark room. And we're going to have some sunlight kind of pouring on to this little part of her face. Now that we've turned that up, I want you to click on the mask, the black and white square, and now we have these settings, density and feather. All you want to do, because right now this is looking really like a harsh cutout shape, is turn up feather. That'll kind of pre-blur it for us. You don't have to do the same number I did. It just has to look slightly smoothed out. Next, we are going to click that semi-circle, semi-empty circle again, and you are going to click exposure. So right now we have this light source, but the other sides of the light source are really kind of bright still. We're not getting that darkness yet. So we're making an exposure layer. Exposure is a photography term, so that's how much light is being let into the camera. So exposure lets you kind of also help with brightness and contrast, but it's a lot more extreme. For this next step, I want you to hold Alt, A-L-T, Alt on your keyboard. You are going to, at the same time, click the black and white mask. See how it looks like I'm kind of dragging it now? And you're going to drag it up to this exposure mask. You're just going straight up. You can see that this blue outline shift from bottom to top, and I'm gonna let go of my mouse. It's gonna say replace layer mask. You're gonna say yes. If you haven't let go of Alt already, you can let go of Alt. Next, you want to make sure you are clicking on the mask, this black mask with a white strip going on it. If you don't see the same picture twice, you've done something wrong. I need you to go back a couple seconds and try again. Click the little exposure mask, click image, and click adjustments. If this is grayed out to you, you are not on the exposures layer mask. We're gonna go over. We're gonna click invert. Notice here it gives you a keyboard shortcut. You could have clicked Control I, but I don't want you to get confused with Control Shift I, which is invert selection. So this is just regular invert. See how it's made, instead of black and white, it's gone from white to black. That'll be important because we're going to switch back over to our exposure adjustment by clicking the plus and minus box. And here where it says exposure, We're going to turn down the exposure. We're going to expose the picture to less light. So now it feels really dark, and we have this little strip of light. There's one last step I want us to do, because right now, this kind of dark and light, here, I'm even going to make this a little darker. This kind of dark and light happening feels ever so slightly unnatural. We're going to warm it up a little. So I want you to pick some kind of shade of orange. And I want you to get a soft brush. It can be any of these other kinds of soft brushes. It just has to be soft. And I want it to be only slightly bigger than our outline of the shape. So this is about good. So I'm now going to go around and trace out this shape. It does not have to be perfect. I'm using my mouse, so my hand is quite a little shaky. But that is going to be good for the next thing. I can even go back a little more. You want to now change the layer mode from normal to, let's do overlay. We're also going to turn the opacity down so it's not so just bright orange. Something like that. Maybe a little more down. Now that feels warmer. That feels like sunlight is pouring in onto this strip of light. This is very kind of unnatural versus this little bit of orange can do so much work. We're also going to cool down. So I've added a new layer. We're going to cool down a couple areas of this image. So instead of orange for the sun, we're going to do blue like the night. And we're just going to bring in some blue to the very edges of the image. We're going to do something similar where we're going to change the layer mode probably to, sometimes I have to scroll through these and see which one's the best one. Probably to color burn. And I'm also going to turn it down. But now let's look at like the difference that made. This feels really kind of cold and like an awkward kind of lighting situation. This added some warmth to it, and the blue helped add some like darkness, some dimension to this room. Now we feel like this is more of a environment of light and dark. So now this is done. You are free to turn this in. Remember to do File, Export, Quick Export as PNG, and it goes in your Google Drive folder. Thank you.